The Delphi trial will not be televised. As I'm filming this, the judge has denied for the 7th time a request to televise the trial that starts in less than 3 weeks. I think that's absolutely insane. And the reason why is this case is probably the biggest case in Indiana history. We have not only attention of the entire state of Indiana, we have the attention of the entire United States, and there's even international attention. Everybody wants to know what's going on. They want to see what's going on in that courtroom. Now, why is this case so interesting to not only the United States, but the world? Well, for 5 years, there's not a single suspect. And, you have media, state police saying, hey, we need tips, constant media presence. And then all of a sudden, this man gets arrested, Richard Allen, and he's thrown into jail. It's absolutely crazy. Now, the original probable cause affidavit, many legal scholars called it weak. Literally, hey, this is a weak probable cause. But a judge did sign off on it, and, it did result in his arrest. And since that original weak probable cause affidavit, so much more stuff has happened. We have a situation where there are confessions, but the man who's making these confessions is confessing to things that did not actually occur. He's confessing to extra stuff that didn't actually occur to the victims. We have a situation where white supremacist Odinists are being alleged to be involved in the case, so much so that there's a police report stating they might be involved. There's crime scene photos that got leaked. There's crime scene photos that may have Odinistic ruins on them. We have a situation where evidence is being either lost or, even worse than that, intentionally destroyed by the state. We have a defendant making these confessions, drinking toilet water, acting absolutely crazy in solitary confinement. We have him being watched over by other inmates along with guards. We have these Odinist guards who are watching this man who even admit, yeah, I'm an Odinist and I'm proud Odinist. And it's cool to be an Odinist. Look, I wear it on my suit. I wear it on my uniform. And let's not even talk about this bullet that no one knew anything about for 5 years that doesn't necessarily match any firearm, but it matches a pin ejector, which that science is questionable at best. And then on top of all of that, we have a judge that essentially forced off the original public defenders by threatening to humiliate them in front of the world. And then these public defenders, they did withdraw. And then they said, you know what? I want back on. And there's a whole fight. Supreme Court of Indiana gets involved and says, hey, you got to go back on. But guess what? Supreme Court said, the same judge that kicked you off, now you got to do a jury trial in front of her. And these guys asked for it fast and speedy. And then even within the last week or so, 2 motions to suppress have been filed for various things that Richard Allen has said. And then the state of Indiana has even said, hey, you know what? One of the defense witnesses, who's a former cop, we want his records because we think he's untruthful. This case has all the drama, anything you could ask for in a legal case. This case has anything you could ask for in a movie. This could be a miniseries, and people would be watching this show because there's so many crazy things. And because of all this, there's intense public interest in this case. Now, to make matters even worse, this judge, who at this point has denied media in the courtroom 7 times, has previously allowed media to come and televise a hearing back in October of 2023. Now, the purpose of this hearing was, we ultimately found out, the judge was going to get on the bench and declare the original public defenders grossly incompetent and grossly negligent for how they've been handling the case. But before that occurred, the judge allowed those public defenders to withdraw in chambers away from the public eye. Now, they got back on the case, but it's just so weird that the judge would allow previous media, but now for the main show, no media allowed. That's just, something's wrong with that. Now, nothing the judge has done is illegal, immoral, unethical. The Indiana Supreme Court puts forth rules for judges, and the judges have almost unfettered discretion on whether or not to allow cameras in the courtroom. But, the Supreme Court did make this rule. It's pretty new, and I'm pretty sure they didn't make this rule just to have some extra rules. This is probably their way of saying, we want this is the direction we're going. Let these cameras in the courtroom. The public has a right to know how cases are handled. Now, by not allowing cameras in the courtroom for the trial, but allowing them for a hearing where the original public defenders were going to be basically humiliated in front of the world, that affects the public trust of the justice system. And then also, with so much stuff going on, with confessions being made to things that didn't happen and to some things that did happen, with evidence that's being lost or misplaced or erased over, evidence we never heard of, other suspects, Odinism, people want to know what this trial is going to be about. They want to know how this is going to be handled. Many people, including myself, are wondering, how can a judge be fair to the defense team when she's previously told the defense team, you're grossly incompetent and grossly negligent? That just seems like you're fighting an uphill battle, and I want to see that myself. But by not allowing the trial to be televised, it's chipping away at the public trust in the judicial system. And I'm going to let you know something. I've been a lawyer for almost 20 years. The trust in the judicial system, including the criminal justice system, keeps this whole thing afloat. I mean, the fact that we believe in it, the fact that we are okay with people that have made mistakes go away possibly for the rest of their lives, we accept that as a society. And we expect a free, open courtroom where people are given a chance. And I think people want to know and they want to see for themselves that Richard Allen is being given a chance. Because a lot of folks online think that maybe he's not. Maybe he's being railroaded. Now, we don't have all the evidence. We have a lot of it. We don't know all the evidence. And every day people are giving new witness and exhibit lists for what they think is going to happen. But there's something people want to know about this case, and they want to make sure that it's being handled fairly. I don't blame them. As of right now, it's not going to be televised. I'm hoping there's a change of heart. I'm hoping that something happens. I'm hoping the Supreme Court steps in. No, we got to let this be televised. I'm hoping that the judge has a change of heart. I'm hoping that the media continues to do requests for have this trial televised and the judge allows it, because if it's not going to help reinforce the public trust in the judicial system. I hope this trial is televised. If you've watched this far, I want you to like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you leave a comment, I will do my absolute best to respond to that comment. I can't promise I'm going to respond to every comment. Some comments just don't need a response. They speak for themselves. But most importantly, remember to always plead the fifth.